Welcome to Truth by Billie Beene, a flash update, May 14, 2026, time in Texas, about 6 p.m. And thanks for like, subscribe, and share. And so, some of the things we'll cover in a flash update. IED bomb has been found underneath a U.S. dam. We have U.S. pulling troops from Europe, much more than we initially guessed. And we have Europe jet fuel dropping like a rock. By July, it's expected Europe will be out of jet fuel. Cuba has no diesel. And yet we see Europe trying to push Russia into hitting Europe. What can these people be thinking? Or do they have a secret fuel supply? So let's get started. So we have from U.S. Intel an unexploded IED bomb was found deep underneath a dam in Mobile, Alabama, the Converse Dam. A routine maintenance discovered the hidden IED. We're not given details on when it could possibly have gone off in the future, but the local SWAT team and FBI bomb squad and so on came and took the bomb up out of the dam and detonated it. So that's going on. Now we would like to know, inquiring minds, who put it there. And we have this from Alex Christoforo, a European journalist, that the U.S. wants to buy the European company that owns Nordstream. Nordstream is a pipeline that runs from Russia into Germany and Europe, and was blown up at the beginning of the Ukraine-Russia conflict. So now the U.S. wants to buy it, and then they'll buy it, restore the flow of cheap Russian oil from Russia to Europe, and then charge Europe accordingly. So that's going on. We have this. President Trump is currently in China, and we understand has extended a reciprocal invitation to President Xi and his wife to visit President Trump and Melania at the White House September 24. And we're hearing this from the foreign minister of Russia, Lavrov, who is attending a BRICS meeting in India, talking about the U.S. continues to want to dominate global economy. And, well, from my perspective, it appears at this point in history that the U.S. is doing just that. After all, the U.S. is energy independent, as is largely Russia. So it appears that Europe and much of the Asian nations are now experiencing problems with their energy. So the U.S. and Russia are doing well, while Europe and China and other Asian nations are not. And we have also today, Russia has hit Ukraine with a massive hit, including drones, ballistic missiles, Iskanders, and so Russia hit Ukraine today with up to 1,000 drones and 60 missiles. And it's believed this is, we can expect Russia to begin hard hitting Ukraine day after day after day, because both the people of Russia and certain groups inside the Russian military want the Ukraine-Russia conflict ended. They want Russia to step up their step and simply flatten Ukraine. So that's going on. We have this from 2CTV. Yeah, in the UK, the Labour Department, in a recent election about a week ago, took a massive hit. And Keir Starmer, day by day, his own Labour Party asked him to resign because he's not supported. We have this from China Observer. We have that many indicators are that the juiced up bioweapon hantavirus we saw recently on the cruise ship Hondius, infecting 11 and killing 3 with up to, I would say, at least 100, maybe 150 people still in quarantine in various nations. We have more data coming out that this could have been put forth by China. And we also are seeing new ties to the previously discovered secret Chinese biolabs in the U.S. One was in California in 2023. And then about 2024, we had the second one discovered in Las Vegas. But the same CCP-backed Chinese nationals owned up to 40 locations in the U.S. So that's been going on for a couple of years, the FBI tracking that down. However, with the new outbreak of the bioweapon hantavirus, this information is resurfacing. And we have this from Promethean Update, President Trump in China. China wants to continue to benefit from oil from the Middle East, but its supply of oil from the Middle East is going down. So China now is going to be buying more oil from the U.S. And at the same time, this oil situation in the Middle East is also taking down the deep state bank in the city of London. So that's going on. And we have this. We have, we also have that recent information about the hantavirus vaccine coming out about a month ago, announced by the CCP. Not a vaccine, but actually a gene therapy, including DNA. We don't know from who or what, and mRNA. Chinese sources now are linking the CCP to the 2 previous and ongoing investigations into secret CCP biolabs in the U.S. So that's going on. We have this from Deep Dive, who recently interviewed Scott Ritter, that France is now moving Rafale airplanes to Finland. Finland is right on the border with Russia. And the French Rafale planes are nuclear capable. And we have this. Europe talks really smack, I think, war with Russia. And Europe understands that if it goes to war with Russia, it will be without the U.S. And we have this from U.S. Intel. Cuba is completely out of diesel and also out of fuel oil reserves. This is per Cuba's energy minister, Vicente. And some districts in the capital are without electricity 20 to 22 hours per day. U.S. Intel. Europe jet fuel levels are now down to critical levels. We have from Goldman Sachs reports that Europe's jet fuel availability in Denmark, it had been 47 days. In the UK, it had been 33 days, but now it's dramatically dropping. This is May. In June, it's believed that Denmark, UK, Germany, France, Spain, and other European nations in June will be down to a 23-day level of jet fuel, and in July, they will be down to 0. Now, if I were Russia and I wanted to end the conflict in Ukraine that's being juiced up by Europe and supplied by Europe, I might look at this time of jet fuel being down to critical levels in Europe as the right time to hit Ukraine. We also have U.S. intel about the U.S. taking, recently I reported President Trump was drawing down 5,000 troops in Germany. We heard today also, and at that time I pointed out, I hear President Trump is going to be drawing down other troops. I don't know if that's just stopping the normal rotations or how he's going to do it. So what we're hearing is he's going to withdraw 5,000 troops from Germany off the top. And now in Poland and in upcoming other European countries, as a normal rotation comes due of U.S. troops, he's stopping those rotations. In other words, in the future, when the U.S. troops complete their assigned time, they will rotate out and go back to the U.S., but no fresh U.S. troops will be coming in. So it's estimated the withdrawal of U.S. troops then, and as little as 3 months in Europe, could be up to 20,000. So that's going on. I love you, and I'll see you soon.